Good morning, everyone. It's Dr. Coop here with the morning announcements for Thursday, April 29, 2021. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The weather today is going to be a cloudy and rainy day with a high of 80 degrees and a low of 56 degrees. We do not have any birthdays today, but we will tomorrow. And we're going to listen to the remainder of this story. So let's move it ahead a little bit.
Absolutely dreadful. The rest of the day was not much better. During nap time,
Let's move it back a little bit,
said Joe. It scarcely fits on your name tag, said Rita, pointing.
I'm named after my grandmother,
said Victoria.
You're named after a flower.
Chrysanthemum wilted. She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. The rest of the day was not much better. During nap time, Victoria raised her hand and informed Mrs. Chudd that Chrysanthemum's name was spelled with 13 letters.
That's exactly half as many letters as there are in the entire alphabet,
Victoria explained.
Thank you for sharing with us, Victoria,
said Mrs. Chudd.
Now put your head down.
Hey, Ryan, I think I'm just going to go back to Craig. I don't know about Craig Santham.
What? No, don't let other people bully you because your name, it's great. It's perfect. Victoria, put your head down. If I had a name like yours, I'd change it,
Victoria said as the students lined up to go home. I wish I could, thought Chrysanthemum miserably.
Welcome home,
said her mother. Welcome home, said her father. School is no place for me, said Chrysanthemum. My name is too long. It scarcely fits on my name tag, and I'm named after a flower.
Oh, pish,
said her mother.
Your name is beautiful.
And precious and priceless and fascinating and winsome, said her father.
It's everything you are,
said her mother. Absolutely perfect, said her father. Chrysanthemum felt much better after her favorite dinner, macaroni and cheese with ketchup, and an evening filled with hugs and kisses and parcheesi.
The Inner Mouse, Volume 1, Childhood Anxiety.
That night, Chrysanthemum dreamed that her name was Jane. It was an extremely pleasant dream. The next morning, Chrysanthemum wore her most comfortable jumper. She walked to school as slowly as she could. She dragged her feet in the dirt. Chrysanthemum, 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 she wrote.
She even looks like a flower,
said Victoria as Chrysanthemum entered the playground. Let's pick her, said Rita, pointing.
Let's smell her,
said Joe. Chrysanthemum wilted. She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. The rest of the day was not much better. During nap time, Victoria raised her hand and said,
A chrysanthemum is a flower. It lives in a garden with worms and other dirty things.
Thank you for sharing that with us, Victoria,
said Mrs. Chudd.
Now put your head down.
I just cannot believe your name,
Victoria said as the students lined up to go home. Neither can I, thought Chrysanthemum miserably. I didn't think it through. I don't even like it. I don't even like how it sounds, Craig Santhemum. It's like, it's not good.
Chrysanthemum is awesome. It's perfect. Do not let Victoria win. Victoria, seriously, put your head down. Put it down. Victoria, on the mat. Welcome home,
said her mother. Welcome home, said her father. School is no place for me, said Chrysanthemum. They said I even look like a flower. They pretended to pick me and smell me.
Oh, pish,
said her mother.
They're just jealous.
And envious and begrudging and discontented and jaundiced, said her father.
Who wouldn't be jealous of a name like yours,
said her mother. After all, it's absolutely perfect, said her father. Chrysanthemum felt a trifle better after her favorite dessert, chocolate cake with buttercream frosting, and another evening filled with hugs and kisses and parcheesi.
A rose by any other name. Understanding identity.
That night, Chrysanthemum dreamed that she really was a chrysanthemum. She sprouted leaves and petals. Victoria picked her and plucked the leaves and petals one by one until there was nothing left but a scrawny stem. It was the worst nightmare of Chrysanthemum's life. Chrysanthemum wore her outfit with 7 pockets the next morning. She loaded the pockets with her most prized possessions and her good luck charms. Chrysanthemum took the longest route possible to school. She stopped and stared at each and every flower.
Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum.
The flowers seemed to say. Music is my life. That morning, the students were introduced to Mrs. Twinkle, the music teacher. Her voice was like something out of a dream, as was everything else about her. The students were speechless. They thought Mrs. Twinkle was an indescribable wonder. They went out of their way to make a nice impression. Mrs. Twinkle led the students in scales. Then she assigned roles for the class musicale. Victoria was chosen as the dainty fairy queen. Rita was chosen as the spiffy butterfly princess. Joe was chosen as the all-important pixie messenger. And Chrysanthemum was chosen as a daisy.
Chrysanthemum's a daisy, chrysanthemum's a daisy.
Joe, Rita, and Victoria chanted, thinking it was wildly funny. Chrysanthemum wilted. She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful.
What's so humorous?
Asked Mrs. Twinkle.
Chrysanthemum,
was the answer.
Her name is so long,
said Joe. It scarcely fits on her name tag, said Rita, pointing.
I'm named after my grandmother,
said Victoria.
She's named after a flower. My name is long,
said Mrs. Twinkle.
It is?
Said Joe.
My name would scarcely fit on a name tag,
said Mrs. Twinkle. It what? Said Rita, pointing.
And,
said Mrs. Twinkle,
I'm named after a flower too. You are?
said Victoria.
Yes,
said Mrs. Twinkle.
My name is Delphinium. Delphinium Twinkle. And if my baby is a girl, I'm considering Chrysanthemum as a name. I think it's absolutely perfect.
I'm changing it to Chrysanthemum 100%.
I told you, that's right, Victoria. Put your head down. Oh.
Ooh. Ah. Chrysanthemum could scarcely believe her ear. She blushed. She beamed. She bloomed. Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum. Joe, Rita, and Victoria looked at Chrysanthemum longingly.
Call me Marigold,
said Joe. I'm Carnation, said Rita, pointing.
My name is Lily of the Valley,
said Victoria. Chrysanthemum did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She knew it.
Is that it?
No, there's an epilogue.
Our first epilogue. What's an epilogue?
It comes at the end of a story. It's just more story.
I'm even more excited than I was a second ago.
Overall, the class musicale was a huge success. Chrysanthemum was absolutely perfect as a daisy. Victoria made the only mistake. She completely forgot her lines as a dainty fairy queen. Chrysanthemum thought it was wildly funny, and she giggled throughout the entire Dance of the Flowers. Eventually, Mrs. Twinkle gave birth to a healthy baby girl. And, of course, she named her Chrysanthemum.
Ah, what a great story. Okay, this day in history in 1852, the first edition of the Thesaurus is published. Facts about May. Blue jeans were officially invented in May of 1873 after Levi Strauss and Jacob Davis obtained a patent for the pants on May 20th. The birthstone for May is the emerald, which represents love and success. Okay, everyone, have a great day. Make sure that you respect yourself, respect others, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, work very hard on your assignments, and just overall have a fantastic day. Take care.